Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. Lots to talk about. We've got conversations in regards to Christopher Nkunku. Nicholas Jackson escapes punishment, so we're going to talk about that and a whole heap of other very, very important talks that's happening. Cole Palmer has received the best English player, I think something like that. Let's have a quick look. What did he win? He won an award. He's winning awards. That's what he's doing. Cole Palmer has won England Men's Player of the Year award for 2023-2024. Congratulations. So we're going to touch base on that. However, we're going to kick things off from Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku, ladies and gentlemen, has made some comments. We're going to try and understand those comments, and we're going to talk about where does Christopher Nkunku fit in Chelsea Football Club in the long term, because there seems to be some sort of confusion as to how does he fit in? You know, he's obviously not starting in the Premier League matches. He's playing in the Conference League and the Cup matches. I mean, surely this brother would like to make an impact in the Premier League. And I'm pretty sure he's okay with the situation. But as time goes on, he's obviously going to push to play in the first team in the Premier League. And these are some of the things that we're going to talk about. Does he deserve to play in the first team as well? How can he crack into the starting lineup in the Premier League? We're going to touch base on all of this. Now, first up, Christopher Nkunku on sub role at Chelsea. It's the coach who decides if I have to play as a starter. All the players want to be one. I'm hungry to play and show what I'm capable of. This is fantastic. At least he's positive about the whole situation. He doesn't sound frustrated as yet. He continues to say, I've been through very difficult moments on a psychological level. These are situations that make you stronger. This is true. So I think from a certain point, he's showing some level of humbleness. He's stating that, look, Chelsea been patient with me all throughout last season. And, now that I'm fit, I'm focused at being fit. And whatever game minutes I get for the time being, I'm okay with it. But I'm pretty sure down the track, he's going to be asking for more important minutes. Now I know my body, my patience, and my resilience. I've come a long way. The injuries are behind me. The goal now is to be healthy and enjoy myself. This is brilliant. This is good mindset. It definitely would have frustrated him a lot because he was the marquee signing for last season, and lots of pundits and transfer gurus in the likes of Fabrizio Romano was consistently saying that he is the savior of Chelsea Football Club. And the fact that he was unable to do that last season, I'm pretty sure that would have frustrated him a lot. He would have taken taken in a lot himself, that he's unable to go out there in the middle and perform because of the injuries. And I'm pretty sure he would have made himself frustrated through all of that. This season, at least he can be focused that, look, I need to understand my body. I need to understand how I can stay fit for a longer period. And then only he can have some level of consistency. He further goes on to say, I'm very happy to return to the French team after more than a year away. Antoine Griezmann has left an immense legacy. He marked a generation. I won't try to replace him. I just want to give my contribution. We have different characteristics. So yeah, you guys would have heard Antoine Griezmann has retired from international football. Now there's an opportunity for Nkunku to come in. Now, this is the thing. He's mentioned that I'm not a direct replacement of Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann is a proper number 10. Now, Nkunku can be deemed as a number 10, can be deemed as a second striker. He's playing as a striker. Can he play out wide? This is exactly what I want to talk to you guys about. Now, we've seen and heard what Nkunku's had to say. It looks like right now he's in a calm state, but obviously, he's giving indications that he's hungry to make a huge impact. He's hungry to start for Chelsea Football Club. And this is the debate that we want to have right now. My stance on Christopher Nkunku is he's a fantastic player. He's a sensational player. He's smart. He's got immense talent. He's got great technicality, skill set. He's fantastic. Do I think he's an out-and-out striker? I don't think he is. I don't think Christopher Nkunku is an out-and-out striker. What do I think is his best role? I feel like he's just behind a striker, maybe as a number 10, or perhaps as a second striker. You have a striker up top, whether it's Nicholas Jackson, whether we get someone in the likes of Osimhen or Gyökeres or Sesko or whoever, and then he plays just behind them as a second striker / central attacking midfielder as a number 10. I think that is where he thrives the most. So right now it is somewhat of a mismatch. Yes, he's 100% our best finisher as a striker at the moment. He's a far better finisher than Nicolas Jackson. However, Nicolas Jackson, why he keeps pipping Nkunku to start in the Premier League, my belief is all the other facets that Nicolas Jackson brings to the table. His hardworking, his work rate off the ball is immense. His link up, which I'm pretty sure, we've seen Nkunku's link up is quite good as well. Jackson is able to play out on the wide as well. He's got pace. He's got the ability to dribble. Nkunku can play out on the wide, but he's not as effective. I don't think he's great when he's 1v1 with a particular player. Whereas someone like Nicolas Jackson, he's quite good like that. So look, and Nicolas Jackson, the ability to press from the front. Nkunku, I don't think is always has that intensity to press. So there are many factors that is making Nicolas Jackson start ahead of Nkunku. So can Nkunku perhaps break in and start? He'll have to do all of that hard work. I believe Enzo Maresca fully wants his striker to contribute, not just being someone who's a fox in the box and is able to score, but all the other facets are very important. This is why Nicolas Jackson starts. So can Nkunku perhaps give all of that? I'm not sure. Maybe he's going to have to. If he wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club for a long period, he will have to give that. My honest opinion is I don't think he has that in him in terms of that press, that intensity. I'm happy to be proven wrong. This is why I feel like Christopher Nkunku's future at Chelsea Football Club is probably not that long, because there are other players in his, as I said, his second striker, central attacking midfielder. There are other players, Joao Felix, Cole Palmer. The only way I see it all sort of fit together is perhaps Cole Palmer playing on the right, Nicolas Jackson up front, Christopher Nkunku just behind, and then you've got Sancho on the left. Then, how do you fit in Pedro Neto? How do you fit in Madueke? So on and so forth. So right now, I do find it very difficult for for Nkunku to break into the Premier League starting 11, unless he's able to showcase all the other hard-working attributes that Nicolas Jackson has. So that's my piece on it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Nicolas Jackson's future. I do feel, his future at Chelsea Football Club, I think it's quite short because of a whole heap of other options that we have. And once you bring in a proper striker at Chelsea Football Club, then his time at Chelsea really does get limited. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to Christopher Nkunku. Next up, Nicolas Jackson has avoided punishment after being accused of slapping Morato during Chelsea's match with Forest on Sunday. The incident was reviewed by VAR at the time, but both clubs have been charged with failing to control their players. So look, great news that it's been, he's escaped punishment, and he's going to be able to be, available against the Liverpool once we meet Liverpool after the international break. But I do want to say something. You might have escaped punishment this time, but Nicolas Jackson needs to calm down. He was having a huge argument with his own teammates against in that match against Nottingham Forest. There was an incident, there was a free kick, and a whole heap of Chelsea players came to calm him down, and he was having a big old quarrel with many Chelsea players in and around him, and he was getting quite upset. Nicolas Jackson, he can be a little bit hot-headed, a bit out of control, and he needs to control that massively. And why I'm saying this is because sooner or later, one of these incidents is going to end up landing him a red card or a second yellow, and then we're in massive trouble. So, and the other reason is he really needs to start looking at Cole Palmer and how he reacted to the melee at the end, the fight at the end. He needs to really start looking at role models and really model himself in how others are handling certain situations, because some level of aggression is fine, controlled aggression is okay, but reckless aggression is going to get you into big trouble. And now we're starting to see some red flags where he was almost in trouble. Luckily, he's escaped it. Glenn Hoddle on Palmer sitting on the floor on the floor, the clash between Chelsea and Forest players. He's such a cool customer. It's the way he plays. I love that. I saw that afterwards. I didn't see it at the time, but it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Just chilled. Look at that. Everyone is having a fight, and then you see Cole Palmer sitting there just observing. Excuse me. The reason he was doing that, one, he was already on a yellow card, and two, he didn't want to go in there and create a bit of mess on top of the mess that was already going on, and then end up getting a second yellows. And these are certain things that, you know, Nicolas Jackson needs to think about. In crazy situations, how do you react? How do you behave? Instead of letting your head take over, you just need to go, wait, let me relax and assess the situation, and let me just stay away from it. Look at Cole Palmer. Cool customer. This for me is an absolute role model, ladies and gentlemen, and this is something that Nicolas Jackson should work towards, getting himself into that level. Stay away from trouble, Nicolas Jackson. Stay away from trouble. Focus on the football. And as I said, look at the way Cole Palmer behaves. These are the attributes that allows Cole Palmer to be who he is. And this is why, look at this. Cole Palmer has won England's Men's Player of the Year award for 2023-2024. Congratulations. I mean, this guy, honestly, the world is his oyster. Like, if he continues in the manner that he is at the moment, he's going to rip up all types of awards, man. He's going to collect even more awards. Already Chelsea Player of the Year last season, whole heap of goals, assists. He already won the Young Player of the Year award last season in the Premier League. Now England's Men's Player of the Year, and he's going to continue to getting more awards this season if he performs the way he's been performing. And one of the biggest reasons why he's performing at such a top level is because of his mindset. He's never satisfied. He's always hungry. He's asking for himself, you know, like excellence level. This for me is a proper role model at Chelsea Football Club, and I hope and I wish more Chelsea players can look at Cole Palmer and you know, model themselves with the way he carries himself. So this is fantastic. I love it, and I hope it continues. Cole Palmer. Now what I want to see is, I hope he starts becoming a leader at Chelsea Football Club, where he motivates and he you know, gets others to sort of follow in his footsteps, you know, in terms of his mentality, in terms of his quality as well. So let's see what happens. But this is fantastic. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Palmer voted ahead of Saka and Bellingham and becomes the first Chelsea player to win this award since Ashley Cole in 2010. This is fantastic news. Once again, it's been a long time since a Chelsea player won the men's English men's Player of the Year. So since 2010, it's been nearly 15 years, 14 years. So brilliant from Cole Palmer, and ahead of Saka and Bellingham. Undoubtedly, he is a far better footballer than both of those players. I mean, no disrespect to both of those players. They're sensational footballers as well. But I think at the moment, Cole Palmer, head and shoulders above anyone else. Next up, Wesley Fofana will be able to stay with the French team. The tests carried out yesterday evening did not reveal anything worrying. So that's good news. I mean, look, he's going to miss out on the match against Liverpool anyway because of picking up his 5th yellow card. So he's suspended for the Liverpool clash. But you know, he gets to stay with the French team. Let's see if he gets any game time with the French national team in this international break. I do want to stress that I hope the workload doesn't get too much. I mean, you know, this is a little bit of an injury scare which he's got away with. I hope, you know, that the French national team watch over him and don't put too much workload to the point where he does seriously pick up an injury. And I'd hate that, because right now, even though he's got a bit of flaws, I want him to continue that combination with Levi Colwell and really build that chemistry and really build his own confidence as well, and get back to the levels that he once used to have when he was at Leicester. So let's see what happens over the international break. Next up, I really want to talk about Casadei. Casadei on Maresca. I like the way he sees football. We are working well under his guidance. I think he's a top coach because he can get the best out of everyone he's exigent as you expect him to be. He's exigent. I don't even know what that means. We are at Chelsea and we have a great expectation. So that's fantastic. He's got a few more things to say, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. I'm not even thinking about I'm not even thinking about the January transfer window. I couldn't be more proud to play for Chelsea, and the competition is one of the reasons why I decided to stay. Further goes on to say, I decided to stay at Chelsea in the summer as I spoke to Maresca, and he's been very clear. I didn't have any doubt. I decided to stay and I didn't consider any loan proposal. I'm so proud to be Chelsea and I'm not planning for a January move. Fantastic. I mean, looks like lots of confidence in Casadei to make it as a Chelsea player. Do you know what? I've been very impressed with him. Twice I've seen him in recent times, both in the cup competitions. Obviously, once against Barrow, and then he played against Ghent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he played against Ghent. Yeah, in the recent match in the Conference League, and I've been impressed. And do you know what? Our midfield, when there's no Romeo Lavia, and hopefully he doesn't get injured anymore, it can be a bit thin. And I don't mind seeing someone like Cesare Casadei be part of the squad and perhaps being an option from the bench. And obviously, he's an option for the cup matches. And I want him to stick around in the squad because I feel like he's got a bit of physicality about him. He's very technical. He's quite fast as well. He can, come into the box late and just be outside of the box and mop up things from there, score goals, assists. There is something about Cesare Casadei. Honestly, there is something about Cesare Casadei, and I'd like to see this flourish a lot more under Enzo Maresca. So hopefully he doesn't go out on a loan. Hopefully he stays at Chelsea Football Club and gets those odd minutes, the starts, and really builds on that and develops into a fine player. Who knows what the situation is going to be next season? There could be a shake-up in midfield. Andre Santos is doing really well at Strasbourg as well. And Cesare Casadei, he should really put himself into that mix. You never know what the future is with Enzo Fernandez. You just never know what the go is going to be with Romeo Lavia and his health. And then, there's always going to be room for evolution in the midfield. So look, I'm liking what I'm seeing with Cesare Casadei, and let's see how it continues in the future. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Do you like the player you're seeing at the moment, or do you think he needs to leave Chelsea Football Club? A little bit more from Cesare Casadei. It was pretty hard under Pochettino because I only made a few appearances as a substitute, 11 games, but only 71 minutes on the pitch. I wasn't too happy. Everyone would like to play more. So, look, I mean, he was on loan at Leicester last season, the first part, and he was getting minutes under Enzo Maresca, and Enzo Maresca understands him, and this is why Enzo Maresca is, I suppose, fancies him in the squad at the moment and giving him some starts as well in the cup matches. But of course, Pochettino in the second half, look, there was a whole heap of players as well. It was difficult to give him minutes, but at the same time, he probably didn't believe in him. So, and look, Poch is now gone, and this is why Casadei is saying that he wasn't very happy at that time. Let's see if there's any other news that has popped up since we started recording. Nothing else. That's the latest. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we touched base on. Nkunku conversation. Do you think he has a long-term future at Chelsea Football Club? What does he need to do to crack into the starting 11 in the Premier League? And a whole heap of other news that has dropped on as well. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Goodbye.